Well, for anybody, I couldn't see the show of hands, anybody here who hasn't read the book, yes, there are moments of joy and humor. I'm not going to sing about them either. So Nola is a character that, yes, I'm hearing some, yeah. A young woman who is just trying to finish high school before anybody notices that she is unhoused and on her own. There's that story. No two people read the same book. Part of what I bring to that story is a lot of stuff I'm not going to tell you about, and it's also stuff that I don't necessarily think about that often, but details different, but I do resonate with many parts of her experience in that. And there's a lot of things I love about the way that Erica Bauerneister tells that story, but one of the things that really stands out to me is here's this person who's going through this huge thing and dealing with the end of her childhood coming sooner than she expected it to. And that's not what the primary thing that's occupying her brain space. What's occupying her brain space is what am I going to eat and how am I going to get enough calories that I can stay warm and how am I going to make sure that nobody discovers where I am. There'll be time later for a lot of that processing. And yet, I say this, but there's a part in her class discussion of the book that they're all reading where somebody's saying, well, that's just not what a good mother does. And she says, maybe she's not a good mother, maybe she's just human. And I'm like, yeah, you got there in like a few months? That took me like 20 years to get to. Like, you go. Clearly some processing is happening here. I will say one more thing. I keep changing my mind about how much of my personal context to bring, but it is like what this book is sort of about, right? My mother died last year, and my father died a few weeks ago. So I'm in another of these moments of having a milestone that I didn't think would happen at quite the age that I am. And it's really interesting in the same way that you never read a book outside of the context of your life. You never experience your life outside of the context of the collective historical moment, right? And I won't say a lot about that, but there is, for as isolating as it is to be the only living member of your family, there's something weirdly unisolating about knowing that I'm not the only person who is asking questions about how to go on and where to point your brain when the people that you thought were protecting you are changing their priorities. That's all I'll say about that. Here's a song. I thought I had more time to grow up strong enough to hold my own and hold the boogeyman at bay. This is how it is, so I will play it as it lays. And I thought that I'd be wise before I needed wisdom, and not to just parrot something I'd been taught. But this is how it is, so here I go with what I've got. There's no time to chase my tail or rail about whether it's right. This little kitten's lost her mittens and it gets cold at night. Entropy will always come for those stuck in the past. The past's only as good as what can be salvaged for scrap. I thought I had more time to build some wings from all the pages I could tear out of our history become a feathered thing that finally could get free. And I thought I had more time to get to know you, to chart your darkest waters, learn to ride your waves. Time for you and I to both learn how to be okay. But this is how it is, so I will play it as it lays. There's no time to chase my tail or rail about whether it's fair. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down, it's neither here nor there. Entropy will always come for those stuck in the past. The past's only as good as what can be salvaged for scrap. Oh, entropy will always come for those stuck in the past. The past's only as good as what can be salvaged for scrap. And there's never enough time to grow up. Thank you.